Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo April 5, 2022. The best version of yourself tends to shine forth when in one-on-one situations and partnerships today. Others tend to bring out the best in you. Whether or not you are aware of it, you attract people and situations that benefit your personal growth at this time in your life. Today is good for making an extra effort to reach out. It's a time to believe in your ability to contribute much to a partnership. Someone can have an unusually encouraging and positive effect on you. Aim to address any need that might arise in a current relationship for growth and development rather than wait for matters to force themselves. Things are heating up in your love life today. So, it really all depends on how you respond to these saucy attempts. And though this could very well be the other way around, the moon's shift into assertive Taurus via your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and energetic exchanges will likely inspire everything from the need for emotional connection to a desire for physical touch via your one-on-one connections. The truth is, with the moon's ruler, Mars, sitting alongside Venus in Capricorn via your flirty 5th house of love, passion, and pleasure, there's no denying your magnetism at this time. Get organized. With Mercury conjunct Saturn in Aquarius, you may find that it is extremely easy to stay on track. As a mutable earth sign, you tend to weave in and out of your projects with a flexible diligence. But today's conjunction will have you mentally focused on one thing at a time, which is perfect if you need to focus on a major obligation or task. Since this is Aquarius energy, consider going about your routine or project a little differently than usual to break up the monotony of your workday. In the middle of some very active skies but at a fairly low-key point in this financial year, the moon is making its monthly visit to your financial sector. In the short term, this is fueling your financial instincts and imagination while delivering valuable clues, hunches, and insights. Yet with the sun just 16 days away, this is a chance to prepare for some of the most active months of this financial year. Don't get attracted to someone who could have power over you. Dating bosses is never a good idea, no matter how cute they are. You may be needed by everyone today. The aspect at play has a way of making people more emotional than usual, and they tend to run to the nearest person to help process the uncomfortable, the challenging, the downright scary. You may experience your own deep feelings welling up, and it's important to take time out to notice what's going on inside of yourself. Here is an ideal scenario. Prepare a nice dinner for your loved ones and take a long walk afterwards. This is a great day to get things tidied up and organized. With the essence of this day happening, applying a little elbow grease will probably feel good for you. Along with added energy toward working, you can expect to feel mentally sharp. Being able to come up with space solutions or ways to be more efficient will come to you much easier than usual. Whether it's at home or at the office, make the most of these helpful benefits. The moon might return to your career sector every 4 weeks, but its return today couldn't come with better timing, and not just because this will put it here in the heart of the working week. The moon returns in time to ensure your professional instincts are sharp as Venus not only spends her last full day in your work sector but as Mars and Saturn align here. This is a day for sensing what's possible, and that includes your own ability to move mountains if you have to. Before leaving an adventurous part of your chart today, the moon will form a friendly aspect to Pluto in your romantic sector, something that once a month brings the spirit of romance and adventure together. This comes just a day before Venus is not only due to return to your relationship sector but become part of some magical developments. These are special times on both the romantic and relationship fronts. Our eyes in the sky. The moon takes its first steps in fiery Taurus this morning, marking the beginning of a new lunar cycle. You should be feeling emotionally refreshed and ready to take on the world. The energy here is great for starting new projects, so if you've been putting aside certain tasks, now would be the time to pick them up and execute your plans. This energy likes to move, so you'll likely get a boost to your endurance as well. Your desire for adventure is highlighted now, which could lead to an impulsive excursion away from home. Humor your whims today, fleeting as they may be, and don't be afraid to step out of your normal routine. This afternoon, the moon cozies up to healing asteroid Chiron, and this aspect could go one of two ways. You could do a really great job of putting someone else's needs ahead of your own, which could in turn leave you with the short end of the stick. Or you could finally give yourself permission to be a little bit selfish. This is the time to think about what you want and then act on it. It might feel unnatural to be so self-serving, but we all need to take time out for ourselves now and again. Just remember to be gentle with others when you're letting them know it's all about you right now. While your attention will be drawn in many directions today, the most urgent is Venus and Mars' last full day in your career sector. While Venus has been here for the last 4 months, Mars for the last 6 weeks, and they have been aligned for nearly 3 weeks, from tomorrow the push to get this professional year up to speed will end, and it will become more about the journey. In all your personal and professional goals and ambitions, today is about not just focusing on what excites you but daring to believe in what's possible. Having the moon in Taurus as Venus and Mars spend their last full day in a competitively charged part of your chart and prepare to move to a more social and serendipitous part tomorrow is a huge advantage. The planets of love and passion are as tightly aligned now as they have been, and thanks to the moon you are emotionally engaged. It is an especially quiet day astrologically, as the Taurus moon makes no aspects until it links up with wounded healer asteroid Chiron after noon. This transit stimulates insecurities, forcing us to become our own emotional support system. In the past, especially in our formative years, a fear of rejection caused us to shy away from expressing some facet of our identity. Perhaps we were deemed too loud, too opinionated, or accused of taking up too much space. We might have had interests or ambitions that clashed with familial expectations or ostracized us from our peers. As children, we internalized these complaints and associated them with a lack of safety. The message: if we are our authentic selves, others will abandon us. At this juncture, events occur which provoke familiar anxieties. The moon and Chiron are currently the only planets transiting a fire sign, and burning feelings of anger and resentment could flare up seemingly out of nowhere, directed at those who unknowingly poke old wounds. Although our frustrations are valid, perpetuating harm is no way to reconcile our past. In fact, through these confrontations, we become more practiced at supporting and healing the inner child who craves validation. Be your own best cheerleader now. It is our birthright to express ourselves, take action, and forge new paths, no matter how loud we are or who we might disturb in the process. It is not our responsibility to make ourselves palatable for others, and rectifying this ideology helps us attract true friends and allies.